Well, welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of ripping again. We have this whole field to do. I already did this part of it. Got the back about 8 to 10 acres to do today. And I fired up the old TD14, got it all greased up and all ready to go. So we're going to do another ripping video with that. Sadly, unfortunately, in the previous video, I made it while I was a little ways away from home while I was having dinner up in Ripon, California, and finished it off saying that I made it home safely. Well, that wasn't quite the case. I got into a vehicle accident about 2 miles away from home, and I totaled the old Ford pickup. So kind of go over that, and now I gotta go get diesel because my diesel tank was destroyed in the bed of the truck. So that is unfortunate, but part of life out here hauling this old stuff around and driving around California in general. So I hope you guys enjoy this episode today. Well, I had to scrounge up all the gas cans I could. And I got to open up the shop and kind of got to see my two forgotten old tractors in here that I'm keeping inside these days. And my John Deere G that I haven't shown you guys yet. This thing is looking really good. I'm gonna have to make a future video of me finishing it. And here's what's left of the old Ford. Got hit I was driving about 20 miles an hour and I just got T-boned. I didn't even see the lady that hit me. And the good news is she's fine. I'm fine, just a little sore. It's kind of why I've been putting any ripping or anything off, because it's not the most fun to be kind of banged up on a tractor. And she hit me so hard, the doors don't even close now. At all. Really unfortunate. It was a really clean pickup and we had it for a lot of years. So, yep, always something. Well, we're back at the old TD14. Gotta check the fluids in it. Everything's been greased up. It's only got about 2 or 3 hours on it. Just gotta make sure all the fluids are looking good. Oil's nice and black. Right at full mark. This has a dipstick right in the transmission right here. I changed all the fluids in it when I did the clutches. Nice and clean. The most important thing is the old coolant, which is up here. And we got coolant in it. Always find these interesting, very old school. Unfortunately, like I was saying, in the parting out video, this undercarriage is shot. The tracks, the grousers and everything, super ate up, as you could tell. Must have sat in some very acidic soil. We got this down in Merced along with the TD9 that was completely junk. I ended up scrapping it out after we parted it out a little bit. As you can tell, like, the carriers are just, there's flat spots. I don't know if it's on this side or the other side. There's flat spots from when they stopped and just rode in one spot. Lots of buildup on everything. The rollers on the bottom, you can see that they all have a lot of gaps in between everything. They move around a lot when you're running it. They're way deep inside, the flanges and everything are getting rounded off. And didn't even notice this, nuts gone. That's not good. You can tell the shaft's all wore out right in here. Idler moves around a little bit as it's running. A lot of play all the way around it. I've watched it as I've worked it. This whole track tries to spit off when you're running it. So it needs some love. Engine and clutches and transmission are all in really good shape, unfortunately. So that's why I keep wanting to work on the thing. It runs great, doesn't smoke. Sounds good, makes good oil pressure the whole time I'm running it. So it's definitely a good candidate to fix up a little bit. So let me get it fired up here and we'll let it warm up while I'm fueling it up. Alright, well, let's see if we can get this thing fired up real quick. Kind of the compression lever likes to pop up. So in that last little part of that video, this track just tried to jump off these bottom rollers. As you can see, it's rubbing on the outside of that flange on that front roller, and there's a little bit of rust missing on this idler. And it does it every time I go left, turn a little bit too sharp. That shaft's got a lot of play in the front of it, and it did it with the nut on it too, so I'm not 100% concerned about that. Like I said, this undercarriage is almost shot on this old girl, but it's still working, so I'm gonna continue to go. All right, now the plan's gonna be to cross rip this whole field. So I'm gonna go from this corner over here, back to this corner, and do the whole field. And then we're gonna go from that corner over here, and go to that corner over there, and go the other way. This had a real bad problem with drainage. Lost a lot of trees back here. When we had this as almonds, we probably lost 150, 200 trees back in just this piece here. And there's a ton of hard pan back here. And here in California, this ground is very sandy, as you can tell. Very sandy. Used to flood a lot out here. And I guess back 100 years ago, there used to be a creek that ran through all these pieces of property. You know, that's no longer here. You can find it when you're backhoeing the trees out. Usually it's about 4 to 5 feet deep, but you know, I'm only running about 3 feet right now, and the old TD14 is still running really good. So I'm just gonna continue doing this, and we'll just keep making some noise with the old International harvester here. Well, alrighty, we made a couple of passes going from corner to corner. I figured I'd do let the old International cool down for a little bit. Did good today. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed the channel and enjoyed watching the old International harvester TD14 work again. You know, if you guys want to leave a comment, and please like and subscribe. As always, thank you.